There is a massive difference between being alone and being lonely. Most people flee from silence because they are afraid of who they might meet there, themselves. But what if your isolation isn't a prison, but a sacred ground for your transformation? Today, we explore 20 deep psychological and spiritual insights into the power of solitude and the strength found in silence. If you've ever felt like an outsider in a crowded room, this video is your reminder that your value isn't defined by who stays, but by how you stand when everyone leaves. Solitude is the place where you go to meet the person you truly are, away from the expectations and masks of society. When you are alone, you are no longer performing for an audience. You are simply existing in your rawest form. While the world views being alone as a weakness, the wise know it is the ultimate strength. It is only in the quiet that you can finally hear your own soul speaking over the noise of the world. If you are lonely when you are alone, you are in bad company. True peace comes from becoming your own best friend and finding joy in your own presence. We often seek external validation to fill an internal void, but no amount of company can fix a soul that hasn't found its own center. Learn to enjoy your own thoughts, your own walk, and your own breath. Once you do, you will never be truly lonely again. The capacity to be alone is the capacity to love. It sounds like a paradox, but only those who are secure in their solitude can form healthy connections with others. If you cannot stand to be alone, you will use people as a distraction from your own emptiness, turning every relationship into a cage of dependency. Freedom is knowing that you want people in your life, but you do not need them to survive. Don't mistake silence for absence. Sometimes the most profound growth happens when nothing is being said. In the seasons of your life where the phone stops ringing and the invitations dry up, the universe is providing you with the space to evolve. Use your isolation to sharpen your mind, heal your heart, and build a vision that doesn't require a committee's approval. Your greatest masterpieces will always be born in the quiet. Society teaches us to fear being left behind, but being alone is often a sign that you have outgrown the people who were holding you back. Evolution requires you to shed old skins, and that process is often a solitary one. Do not settle for shallow company just to avoid the discomfort of a quiet room. It is better to walk alone in the right direction than to follow a crowd heading toward a cliff. Your value does not decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth. We spend so much energy trying to be seen by others that we forget to see ourselves. When you master the art of being alone, you stop begging for a seat at tables where you aren't respected. You realize that you are the table, the host, and the guest of honor in your own life. Self-respect is the only validation that truly matters. Loneliness is the hunger of the soul for connection, but solitude is the soul feasting on itself. One is a state of lack, the other is a state of abundance. You can be surrounded by thousands of people and still feel lonely, or you can be in a mountain cabin alone and feel completely whole. The difference lies in whether you have made peace with the person staring back at you in the mirror. The strongest people are those who have faced their inner demons in total isolation and come out with a smile. It takes no courage to follow a trend, but it takes immense bravery to stand alone in your truth. When you have survived your darkest nights without a hand to hold, you become a person that nothing in this world can break. Your scars are not signs of weakness. They are the armor of a warrior. We lose ourselves in the busyness of life because we are terrified of what the silence will reveal. Silence acts as a mirror, reflecting our fears, our regrets, and our unhealed wounds. But you cannot heal what you refuse to face. Solitude is the surgery of the soul. It is painful, but it is necessary if you want to live a life that is authentic and free from the shadows of the past. A season of loneliness is often a divine appointment with your own destiny. Great leaders, artists, and thinkers throughout history have all spent significant time in isolation before their greatest breakthroughs. Use this time to study, to pray, to build, and to reflect. What you do in the dark will eventually bring you into the light. Trust the process of your own unfolding, even when you are walking the path alone. Solitude is the furnace where character is forged. In the presence of others, we are often just a collection of reactions to their opinions, but in solitude, we are forced to act from our own core. If you can stay true to your values when nobody is watching and nobody is cheering, then you have attained a level of integrity that the world can never take away. Your private victories are the foundation of your public success. The world's greatest noise is the opinion of others, and the only way to drown it out is to retreat into the sanctuary of your own silence. We are constantly bombarded with messages about who we should be, what we should buy, and how we should live. Without regular periods of isolation, you will eventually become a stranger to yourself. Protect your solitude as if your very identity depends on it, because it does. Being alone gives you the sovereignty of mind, the ability to think your own thoughts without the interference of the crowd. Most people's beliefs are simply the echoes of their social circle. When you step away from the tribe, you finally gain the perspective needed to see the truth. Do not fear being the lone wolf. The wolf on the hill is never as hungry for validation as the sheep in the flock. Inner strength is not loud. It is the quiet voice at the end of the day that says, "I will try again tomorrow." It is the resilience found in the depths of a lonely night when you realize that you are your own hero. You don't need a crowd to validate your struggle or a stadium to applaud your progress. The most important battles are won in the silence of your own heart, where only you and the divine know the cost of your victory. When you stop running away from yourself, you find that the void you were so afraid of is actually a vast space of creative potential. We use social media, noise, and constant company to fill the gaps in our lives, fearing that if we stop, we will disappear. But it is in those gaps that inspiration strikes and clarity emerges. Embrace the emptiness, for it is the canvas upon which your future is waiting to be painted. There is a dignity in distance that people often mistake for coldness. Choosing to be alone rather than being in bad company is an act of high self-esteem. You are not lonely because you are by yourself. You are guarded because you know the value of your energy. By setting high standards for who enters your inner circle, you create a life that is peaceful, focused, and free from unnecessary drama. The most powerful connection you will ever have is the one you cultivate with your own intuition. However, intuition cannot speak in a crowded room. It requires the stillness of solitude to be heard. When you spend time alone, you learn to trust that gut feeling that guides you toward the right people and away from the wrong paths. Your internal compass only works when you stop letting others hold the needle. Healing is a solitary work. While friends and family can support you, the actual process of mending a broken heart or a fractured spirit happens in the quiet moments of self-reflection. You cannot rush the seasons of your soul, and you cannot outsource your inner growth. Allow yourself the grace to be unproductive and alone while you heal. The world can wait while you put your pieces back together. Loneliness is a sign that you are starving for a deeper connection, not necessarily with others, but with your own purpose. If you feel a sense of emptiness even when you are with people, it is a call from your soul to look inward. Use your solitude to rediscover your passions, your curiosity, and your why. Once you are aligned with your purpose, the feeling of loneliness transforms into a feeling of mission. At the end of your life, you will not remember the crowds you walked with, but the moments you stood firm in your own truth. We arrive in this world alone, and we depart from it alone. The journey in between is about discovering that aloneness is not a tragedy, but a beautiful opportunity for self-mastery. Walk your path with courage, embrace your solitude with love, and remember that the light you seek is already burning bright within you.